Hey y'all, Zach McDonald, your real estate agent with Real Property Associates here, and I want to talk about this question, and the question is, how low will the seller go? This is a question that I get frequently during negotiations, and it's specifically a question that buyers ask. And if I was a buyer, I'd be asking the same question: how low can I get this house for? What price can I get it for? Now, this question's a little tricky because of the current market conditions in the Seattle area. Rarely do you actually get a house for below the asking price. Generally, you're actually paying more than the asking price just because of the competitive nature in the market. So the rephrase of this question that I hear, and this is the one I get the most often right now, is how much is this house going to sell for? Because people know, just looking at the price, that it's more the sticker price, but the sticker price is more of a starting price than a final price. So typically homes are selling somewhere between 5 to 10% over the asking price, and that's on the hot homes that get multiple offers. And then you see some homes that are still selling just below the asking price, maybe a couple percent low. So we're still seeing those, but the majority of houses that are selling over the asking price are somewhere between 5 to 10% over. Occasionally we're seeing ones that go over that, and specifically more in Seattle do you see the prices that go even above that number, and then you're looking at maybe 15-20% and sometimes even more than that. So do know that the asking price is more of a starting point, and it does tend to go upwards from there, not down. But if a home has been on the market for, let's say, 15, 21 days, so 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes sellers are willing to negotiate down, and in that case, typically a 5% price reduction is what's talked about. And the reason that is because it gets your house to show up again there at the beginning of all the searches. Just dropping the price will show up on some of the online searches, but in order to show up again in the real estate agent searches, you're going to need to be at 5% lower. And so you can also at that point cancel the listing and relist it as long as you drop it that 5%, some of the little rules, and that also makes it stand out again. It's almost like it's a new listing. So if it's been 15 days, 21 days, that's where maybe you're looking at maybe a 5% price reduction. And so coming in somewhere around there is an option. Now, one thing I talk about with buyers, and I think this is an important thing to pass along as well, is that when you make an offer, you want to make an offer that's within the seller's, what we'll call, zone of possible agreement. So if you make an offer that's too low, it's insulting to the seller, and the seller might just flat out ignore you, which I've had happen with some of my clients. Now, if you come in within their realm of possible agreement, that's where the seller is willing to negotiate, and sometimes you can work out a compromise on the price, maybe more in your favor. But what you don't want to do is come out of the gate and insult them. And sellers, this really is a seller's market. This is a market that is playing to your advantage. So take advantage of it. You don't need to take the first offer that comes in a week if it's below the asking price. And if it was me, I'd stick to my guns for at least a few weeks. And this is the advice I've been giving my sellers: stick to your guns for a few weeks. And if it's been 21 days, then yeah, maybe it's time to consider dropping the price a little bit. But again, this is a hot seller's market, and prices typically are going up and not down. Thanks again for watching. If you do have questions, please comment below, and I will do my best to answer those in the future. Bye for now.